What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird. We back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button, smash subscribe button. Hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado. And we're going to jump right into it, dog. So, of course, we back with another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, for providing us this phenomenal footage each and every day. We now have one more wake up, and then it's showtime for our matchup against the Arizona Wildcats this Saturday. Of course, I always bring you guys the keys to victory video for our Colorado football program. Before I do that, I want to definitely shout out Coach Prime and the entire Colorado football program for what they did for the young man that was experiencing some bullying at Casey Middle School. Of course, I see a lot of the guys that went to the school with him. I know they blessed his family. I did a lot of great things, man. So of course, we never like to see bullying at all. So kudos to Coach Prime for what he was able to do for that young man and for his family. Of course, that's going to be a day that they'll never forget without question. And he's going to be the coolest kid at the school now because he's going to be known for bringing Colorado football to that middle school. So, of course, kudos to Coach Prime and that young man's family. So let's kind of get into the keys to victory for this Arizona matchup. Of course, I'm going to start with our offense. Hey, man, listen, it's simple. Run the damn football. We are 4-0 this season when we have at least 12 design run plays. Now, of course, I'm not counting the plays we have with Shadur where he's scrambling around. I'm not counting those. I'm talking about design run plays where our intent is to hand the ball off to the running back. When you look at our matchups all season, against North Dakota State, we had 16 design run plays. We won that game. Against Nebraska, we only had 11. We lost that game. Against Colorado State, we had 17. We won that game. Against Baylor, we had 21. We won that game. Against UCF, our most dominant performance all year, we had the most rushing attempts with 24. We won that game. And of course, last week, we only had 10 design run plays against K-State. And of course, we lost that matchup. So as you see, anytime we're under 12, we lose. When we had 10 and we had 11, we lost both of those matchups. So we want to run the football for sure. Even if we don't get any positive yardage, we just need to attempt to run the football. It's going to help our offense without question. Now, our offensive line, of course, needs to be physical at the point of attack. In order for us to have a consistent ground attack, we got to be physical. We got to open up run lanes. We have a talented group of running backs. We have to open up run lanes for these young men so they can showcase their abilities. Offensive line, we need to continue the pass pro momentum. Now, I will say Arizona has the #1 pass rushing unit in the Big 12, according to PFF. I'm going to break down all of the PFF numbers according to the Big 12 conference so you can see how we compare to Arizona across the board. But they do have the #1 pass rushing unit in the conference. So, of course, we're going to have to keep up our pass pro momentum. We protected Shadur Sanders really well against that K-State matchup. Of course, we gave up 6 sacks, but a lot of them weren't on the offensive line. So when you look at the numbers, the PFF numbers last week, we passed pro really well. We got to keep that going against this Arizona team who can really get after the quarterback. We got to continue to be disciplined and limit the self-inflicted wounds. I know we only turned the ball over 1 time last week, and we only had 5 penalties all game. So we're pretty clean there. We really didn't hurt ourselves to that regard. So we got to continue to move forward in that way. Of course, we need explosive plays. I will say 2 of their best DBs are out. They are depleted in the defensive backfield right now. I know Traden Stukes had an ACL injury against Utah, so he's out for the season. Gunnar Maldonado, he got hurt against Texas Tech. He's going to miss some significant time as well. Takario Davis and Marquise Groves Killebrew, both of those young men are questionable right now, so they could be without their top 4 DBs for this game. So we need explosive plays. We know how explosive our wide receiving core is. And for us coming into a game where that opposing team may be down their top 4 guys, we got to be explosive on the outside and we got to put up points. We have to continue to find ways to feed LeJounte. LeJounte has shown time in and time out that he can just find the end zone, dog. When we put the ball in his hands, good things happen. He is an elite route runner. He's able to get open and find space. We got to continue to feed LeJounte. Let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball. We got to turn the ball over. Their quarterback, Noah Fafita, he leads the Big 12 in interceptions with 9. He has shown that he will turn the ball over. He will put the ball in harm's way. Let's get an interception or 2 this week. We got to tackle better. We know last week, I believe we missed like 17 tackles. That wasn't our best tackling performance at all. Giddens was maneuvering through our defense all Saturday night, last Saturday. So, of course, we have to be better. We have to tackle well. We got to win at the line of scrimmage. Arizona, they do have the third best pass blocking grade in the Big 12. So it's going to be important that we're physical at the line of scrimmage and we win. Don't allow T-Mac to beat us. Obviously, we all know they have one of the best wide receivers in the country. He's expecting to be a first-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft. We can't allow T-Mac to beat us. They basically only go to him through the air. I mean, they have some other guys, but mainly he is their bell cow at wide receiver. So we have to, of course, not allow T-Mac to beat us. We got to limit the explosive plays as well. Of course, explosive plays will hurt. They will hurt this Colorado defense for sure if we allow them to happen. Of course, we gave up explosive plays last week to a team that really didn't do that. That wasn't really part of their MO, but we gave us some explosive plays, and you see how it hurt us. So we got to limit those explosive plays. We got to bend but not break. I feel like this is a game where if we give up 3, it's a win, because I feel like our offense can honestly put up 40 points in this game, especially with their DBs and as long as we can protect up front. Like I said, they got the number 1 pass rushing unit in the Big 12. So as long as we can protect up front, they are depleted on the back end. I feel like we can really put up points. So on defense, we got to bend, but of course we can't break. Let's jump into the impact players for this Arizona Wildcats offense. And of course, we'll start at quarterback with Noah Fafita, 5'10", a $190 redshirt sophomore out of Huntington Beach, California. In 2023, he was a Pac-12 freshman offensive player of the year. He posted the highest completion percentage in school history. He was 241 of 333, 2,869 yards. He had 25 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. He will attempt to run at some point, but he's not a major threat with his legs. Now, like I said, he has thrown 9 interceptions. He has thrown at least 1 interception in every game this season. He threw 3 last week. He threw 2 the week before. In 2024, he's 136 of 231, 1,636 yards, 8 touchdowns, again, 9 interceptions, and he's completing 60.1% of his passes. Of course, if we can move him off his spot, get him uncomfortable, like I said, he will turn the ball over. He already has 9 interceptions, which is 3 more than he threw all last season. Let's keep it rolling. We had running back Quali Conley, 5'10", 210, senior out of Fresno, California. He could tote the rock a little bit. In 2023, at San Jose State, he rushed for 842 yards, 9 touchdowns. He averaged 6.4 yards per carry. Of course, this season at Arizona, he has at least 10 carries in every game this season, 82 carries, 458 yards, 6 touchdowns. He has 2 50-plus yard runs. His longest was 58 yards. He's 4th in the Big 12 Conference right now in rushing TDs with 6. He also was a threat receiving as well. He has 22 catches, 151 yards. He has 4 games with at least 3 catches. 1 game he had 5 catches. The other game he had 7 catches. So, of course, they will throw the ball to him out of the backfield. Our linebackers are just going to have to be good in coverage, and we'll be fine. Now, let's keep it moving, of course. They have a wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the country. We all know about T-Mac, 6'5", 215, junior out of the state of Hawaii. In 2023, he was all Pac-12 second team. He was also AP second team, all Pac-12, and he was an AP third team, All-American. Of course, he had 90 catches, over 1,400 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Now, in 2024, he was preseason first team All-American. He was also preseason All Big 12 as well. Now, he was AP National Player of the Week and Big 12 Player of the Week for his Week 1 performance. Of course, we all remember him going for 10 catches, 304 yards, and 4 touchdowns Week 1 this season. He is a Reese Senior Bowl mid-season All-American. So far in 2024, 42 catches, 742 yards, 4 touchdowns. Now, all 4 of those touchdowns did come in Week 1. A big chunk of his yardage did come in Week 1 as well, too. Again, he went for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns in Week 1. But he still does lead the Big 12 in receiving yards. He has the longest reception at 78 yards, and he also leads the Big 12 in yards per game as well with 123.7. So like I mentioned, we can't allow T-Mac to beat us. He pretty much the main target. I mean, he's Noah Fafita's security blanket for sure. He is definitely looking for T-Mac without question. So as long as we can minimize him, the matchup between him and Travis Hunter, I mean, you talk about get your popcorn ready. That's going to be an unreal matchup there, man. I mean, it's going to be really phenomenal to see. I mean, that's 2 NFL guys, 2 first-round picks going at it, a first-round corner, a first-round wide receiver. I mean, it doesn't get any better than the matchup that we're going to see this weekend. Looking forward to it. Let's switch over to the impact players on defense. And they have some pretty good linebackers, starting, of course, with number 5, Jacob Manu, 5'11", 230 junior out of Santa Ana, California. In 2023, he was first team All Pac-12. He was also AP first team All Pac-12 as well. In 13 games, he led the entire conference in tackles with 116. He had double-digit tackles in 5 games last season. In 2024, he's pretty much picking right back up where he left off. He leads this Arizona team in tackles with 43. He also has 3 tackles for loss, 2 PBUs. He has 2 quarterback hurries. He also has a fumble recovery as well. So obviously, we're going to have to make sure that we get a hat on this young man because he is a tackling machine. He tackles the football really, really well. Let's keep it rolling. We got another linebacker, Tay Brown. He's 6'2", 225, sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona. Now, in 2023, last year, he was mainly a teams guy, mainly a special teams guy. Saw limited action on defense. Now, in 2024, he has taken a step up. He's definitely gotten better without question. He's second on the team right now in tackles with 38. He has 3 tackles for loss. He's also tied for first in sacks with 2, and he also has 1 fumble recovery as well. Now, their defensive line, like I mentioned, they have the number 1 pass rushing defensive line according to PFF in the conference, and it pretty much starts with defensive lineman Trey Smith, 6'5", 270, redshirt junior out of Mesa, Arizona. He's a San Jose State transfer. He was there in 2023. Last season, he was first team All Mountain West. He had 66 tackles and 9.5 tackles for loss. He had 6.5 sacks as well. In 2024, he leads this Arizona team defensive lineman in tackles with 28. He also leads the team in tackles for loss in 4.5. He's second on the team in sacks with 1.5. He leads the team in quarterback hurries with 9, which was a really, really high number. And he has 1 forced fumble as well, tied for first on the team. Like I said, he is a disruptor. He can be a disruptor without question. He could definitely get after the quarterback. He's number 3, so anytime you see a defensive lineman with a single-digit number, he's normally pretty good. And they have a good one here with this young man. We definitely gonna have to make sure that we keep him out of the backfield because he can definitely wreak havoc. They got another one, defensive lineman Tai Uangale. He's 6'4", 280 junior out of Costa Mesa, California. Now, in 2023, he only made 1 start. He played in all 13 games, only made 1 start. Had 21 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. Now, in 2024, he stepped it up a lot. He's second on the team in sacks with 1.5. He has 3.5 tackles for loss, which is also second on the team. And he's also second on the team in quarterback hurries with 6 as well. So, I mean, he's pretty much pretty much eclipsed all of his numbers from last season already this year. He's definitely taken some steps moving forward. And he's another young man that we're going to definitely have to make sure we get a hat on. I mean, they got multiple guys with a bunch of tackles for loss. I mean, they got guys like Chase Kennedy. He has 3 tackles for loss and a sack. They also have Isaiah Johnson on the defensive line, 2.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Stanley, number 47, he has 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. So, I mean, they can really get after the quarterback for sure. They have 32 tackles for loss and 11 sacks on the season as a team right now. So, like I said, it's going to be extremely important if we can protect up front. If we can protect the pass rush up front, that's the best part of their defense. Like I said, their back end is completely depleted. Now, they had a really good secondary. They had a pretty solid secondary with size. I mean, they had multiple guys, 6'2", 6'4". I mean, they had guys with size. But like I said, number 2, Traden Stoops, he's out with an ACL injury. He's out for the season. Gunnar Maldonado, he's going to be out for a significant amount of time. Now, Takario Davis, he wears number 1. He has 23 tackles on the year, 1 tackle for loss. He has 5 PBUs as well, so he leads the team in PBUs. Now, I know he's questionable right now. I'm not sure. I guess it's going to be a game-time decision with that young man if he's going to play or not. They also have number 20, Marquise Groves Killebrew. Now, this young man, 13 tackles. He has 3 PBUs as well. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to also play. He's also questionable as well. So they're out 2 starting DBs. The other 2 are questionable. So it's going to be interesting to see, what exactly is going to transpire with that defensive backfield. But, I mean, if you're an Arizona fan, you got one of the best wide receiving corps in the country, if not the best in the country, coming in, and your defensive backfield is depleted. That is not a good recipe for success. Now, when we look at the PFF grades for Colorado and Arizona when it comes to the Big 12 conference, let's start at the top. Overall, we're ranked 6th right now in the conference. Arizona is 10th. On offense, we rank 4th, and they are 12th. In passing, we are 1st. They are 8th. Pass blocking, we are 12th. They are 3rd. In receiving, we are 4th. They are 12th. In rushing, we are 10th. They are 9th. In run blocking, we are 10th. They are 11th. Defense, we are 6th. They are also 11th. Run defense, we are 4th. They are 13th. In tackling, we are 4th. They are 12th. In pass rush, we are 14th. Again, they are 1st. And lastly, in coverage, we are 6th and they are 9th. Now, when you look at these numbers here, of course, across the board, we pretty much rank higher than them in basically every category, which is why we're overall 6th and they're 10th. When you look at it, we're top 4 in multiple categories: tackling, run defense, receiving, first in passing, and offense as well. So, of course, that is 5 categories where we rank top 4 in the conference in. And, of course, they're only, 3rd. And then, so they only have 2 categories in the conference where they're top 4. Basically, they only have 2, or they're even like top 8, honestly, because they're 8th in passing. So, I mean, honestly, this team here, we're a better football team than Arizona. Let's just be real. We're a better football team than this Arizona Wildcat program. Now, of course, they have a home game. It's going to be homecoming for them, so they're going to be fired up. It's a sold-out crowd. Obviously, every crowd we play in front of is sold out, but it's going to be a homecoming crowd for them. Of course, nobody wants to lose in the homecoming, so they're going to be coming out fired up, ready to roll. But across the board, we are a better football team. As long as we execute and we play our brand of football, we are going to win this football game for sure, get back on the winning track. And then, of course, be ready to come back home for that Cincinnati matchup next week. So I wish I could attend this Arizona game. Of course, I will be in Florida. I'll be in Fort Myers, Florida. I actually fly out tomorrow, and I'll be there from the 19th all the way through the 26th, playing in that national tournament. So I won't be able to attend this game, obviously, but I will bring the recap. I will watch the game, of course. I'm going to watch it multiple times. And, of course, I'm going to bring the recap, and I'll bring the top 10 PFF players as well from this matchup. But not going to keep you long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.